Wessels, what is it? Wessels, you wanna be in the video? Wessels. Hi everyone, my name is Jake. This is a pick a card reading, and this is Wesley. He's a cute boy. Before I get started, I'm just gonna explain that I am using two cameras because I'm still trying to get used to which camera is more reliable. Ooh, let me just adjust my seat. Oh my god, maybe you can see me in both of them now. Yeah, the right height. So my name is Jake, and I am a trans guy who does pick a card readings. I'm technically non-binary, if that matters to anybody out there. And my readings are queer and poly-friendly. This particular reading is going to just be whatever comes out. I'm also going with the idea that you can quantum leap to another reality based on these Merkaba cards that I have. A Merkaba, as an example, looks like this. It's kind of like a Star of David, but it's three-dimensional, and it represents how you can connect to multiple realities as one soul, and just kind of how we're always shifting realities based on our experiences. So I'm going to give you guys 4 options, and depending on which card you pick and which crystal you pick, there will be a different aspect of your life that you're able to quantum leap or transition into another reality with. So let's see what subjects there are. First card, I'm not going to reveal the cards yet. I'm just going to show you the crystals, actually. So first card, second card, third card, and then here's our fourth option. And there we go. Adjusting the shot so you can kind of see all of them. All right, so for our first crystal, if you choose with crystals, we have the rose quartz, and this is a pretty large chunk of rose quartz. Option number 2, we have the honey calcite. It is a warm, powerful, energetic crystal. Number 3, we have the unicorn crystal. There's a more specific name. Hold on. I got you. Let me check. What is it called? Okay, it's just called unicorn stone. Well, anyway, the unicorn stone is lepidolite. Oh, God, let's see if I can say any of these names right. Lepidolite, Clevelandite, smoky quartz, and pink tourmaline. And it is a combination crystal that helps with traumatic experiences and helps empaths achieve states of calm and positivity. Helps you take a deep breath in, and it's a very interesting crystal. And we have the Malachite crystal as our fourth option. And Malachite is a very strong protective stone. So, moving into our reading, I'm going to give you a second to pause if you need a minute to choose. Wesley's also going to give you a minute to choose because he really wants to be part of this reading. He keeps coming up to me, and I do not like to close the doors if I can help it, because he and his brothers will just scream at the doors. And yes, I have 3 cats. Okay, so take a moment to pause and decide on which reading you would like. Wesley, leave my trash can alone. All right. Group number 1. I'm going to move the other groups out of the way. Group number 1, if you chose this large chunk of rose quartz, and rose quartz is a romance crystal, but it's also a big focus for self-love and just healing and heart chakra energy overall. Wesley, stop trying to take out the trash. Wesley's helping. So yes, if you pick this crystal, this is your reading. Where do I want to put this? It's in the background. Do I want it closer? Will it be in both shots since I'm using 2 crystals? Or 2 cameras? I'll put it back there for now. All right, so karmic completion. You're at a point in your life where you are experiencing karmic completion. Now, what does this mean? It means that you have gone through some pretty complete karmic cycles. Maybe you had some really tough experiences that you had to grow through, and you did a lot of inner work, you passed a lot of tests, and you're really at the end of that part of your journey. You can kind of put all of those experiences aside and rest easy knowing that those lessons won't have to repeat themselves. Or at least you are seeing an opportunity now where that can be the case. Remember, this reading is about what opportunities are available to you now. So it's really what you do with this information that determines if this ends up being the reality you go into or not. So I'm going to draw some cards. What deck do I want to use? I have a few different decks here. I was kind of going with a blue-purple theme because these cards happen to have blue and purple on them. So, actually, let's start with some classic tarot. So here are some ideas of what you may be going through right now that is completing. We have 4 of Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is about holding on to money or holding on to resources, fearing that you're going to lose something. So it's really a fear of loss mentality. And what else am I pulling? I'm pulling Page of Swords. It tried to come out in the reverse, but I don't usually take reversals unless I really get an inkling to. I'm not getting that right now. Page of Swords. Well, actually, since it is the karmic completion Merkaba, you may be at a point where you have to decide, are you really communicating, putting your best foot forward when it comes to the communication? Also, are you remaining curious? Are you remaining patient? Are you feeling inspired? Are you vigilant when it comes to completing your goals? Has there been any delayed news in regards to something that you're trying to either obtain or accomplish? And are there any actions that you need to take in order to move forward? I'm going to draw more cards. I got the King of Swords, so there's probably a lot of mental energy here, a lot of air energy. And the keyword for the King of Swords tends to be like the truth. It can also represent a masculine presence or somebody who is really like dictative of like a person who's very rational, very logical, detail oriented, very powerful. A leader who really puts forth like how things have to happen. This could indicate something to do with your routine, something to do with like a structure that you need to focus on, and just being like a strong, independent person. Oh wow, I keep getting some masculine cards here. So I'm also getting the Emperor. The Emperor has a lot to do with prioritizing being strong, and also it could indicate like a masculine presence, whether it's your own masculine energies, or it is somebody who is coming in as a masculine person. But this also echoes like the stability, the protection, authority, even aspects of control, whether it's controlling yourself or trying to over control a situation. It can, like I said, indicate a male presence entering your life. I'm not getting that this vibe is specifically another person, but you can take it how it resonates, because this is a general reading. If this does indicate, this card wanted to pop out, if you are reading this with romantic interests in mind, this is your confirmation that you can continue to read this as though it has to do with romance or new connections. For those of you who are not reading this with specific romantic intentions, I'm getting that you are at an impasse, you have decisions to make, and that really resonates with the whole theme of the reading. You have some decisions to make, so let's see what kind of decisions are going to come out. I'm being called to pull from a different deck, so let me just see what comes out. Okay, I have the Empress, Page of Swords, and Judgment. I'm just going to pull these fast because these are different issues that could affect different people. So just take whichever one or ones resonate with you. It's possible that you might be looking into getting, with the Empress, like that represents pregnancy, fertility. It could be motherhood. It could be creativity, beauty, femininity, nature, art, harmony. It could be like artistic projects. It could be receiving abundance. It could be, you know, looking for a female partner. It could be looking for a partner in general, because we also have the Emperor here. And when those two cards pop up, it could indicate like a romantic reading. For others, though, we have the Page of Swords again, actually. And again, that could be like deciding if you want to be patient, ideas, inspiration, planning, being protective and guarded and yet fair, really just like focusing on your energy and seeing like where you want to put that out into the world. And then the third thing that this could have something to do with is we got Judgment, and Judgment is about like self-evaluation, awakening, renewal, feeling like if you did enough, like if you put in enough effort to see the fruits of your labor. It's kind of like if you anticipate like being at the pearly gates, or when you pass and there's a judgment that's going to be made against you based on like how you were in your life. Were you a good person? Were you a bad person? Is the Anubis going to weigh your hearts on a scale with a feather, and is it going to sink, or is it going to float or be equal, or whatever it is? I don't remember if it's supposed to be lighter or equal to the feather to pass. I just know that if it's heavier, that's bad. So yeah, did you put in those efforts to really get where it is you want to go? And so going back to the fact that this is karmic completion, like it's really important to ask yourself these questions. I'm going to pull more cards. I'm going to pull some oracle cards. Positive movement forward. So up until this point, you've had a lot of positive movement forward. Others have seen your efforts, and you've probably felt your efforts. It's helping you manifest the things that you want to come into your life. You're at a point where you know when to rest and rejuvenate. You know when to spend time in nature and touch grass. That card is also This card is, you know what, I'm going to go back. The positive movement forward card is the equivalent of 8 of Pentacles. And if you're on my Instagram channel, you'll know that that was the card of the day. So it's funny that it's coming up here. And then Rest and Rejuvenate is the equivalent in this deck to the 4 of Swords, which is about like meditating and also just like really connecting with yourself, giving yourself like that time and that space to self-care. I'm also getting recognition and reward. And what number is this? This is like the 3 of Pentacles, which in traditional tarot is it tends to be like this image of 1 or 3 people working together, like on an art project or a group activity, and they're putting something together, and people see it and they recognize it, and they offer praise and they love it, and it relates to abundance and just acknowledgement in society and all the fun stuff that comes with it. I'm also getting, these 2 cards wanted to pop up at the same time, obstacles and challenges. It came out with the 3rd eye, so what I'm gathering from that, the purple border cards in this deck tend to be like spirituality cards. So what I'm gathering is that you may have your 3rd eye blocked, and you may need to, hi Wesley, are you helping unblock their 3rd eye? You might need to focus on some exercises that will help you with your intuition. Maybe you've been depressed, maybe you need to touch grass. You did get the Rest and Rejuvenate card. For some of you, you have already been resting and rejuvenating, and maybe it's time to move on because you've been doing it for forever. But some of you have to, like, because it's a general reading, you have to tune into your body and allow yourself to really focus on those things that are keeping you from getting what you want. And a lot of it seems to be positive thinking is needed. You really need to just logically, because I'm getting so many swords, and I'm also getting the Emperor. I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4 swords if you count the fact that I got the same card twice. I got the Page of Swords twice. 5 if you count Rest and Rejuvenate, which is also swords, plus the Emperor. So that's a lot of mental energy here. You guys are really focused on overthinking everything, it seems, for the most of you. And you really got to get back to your center. Focus on that solar plexus that will allow you to propel yourself into the reality of your choosing. I'm going to keep this reading pretty short, so I'm going to draw a few more cards just to see what comes out. And we have 2 of Cups. So for those of you who are reading this for romance, this is an indication that one of the options you have is you could connect romantically with another person, and it could go great. It could go very, very well. Another reality is that you could be very, very lucky with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to go up, things are going to go down, but c'est la vie, that's just how life is. And so long as you focus your energy and focus on the positive and remain in gratitude, you'll be able to pull in more and more of the good and keep those good cycles running for longer. And that was actually the card of the day the other day. On one of my platforms, I pull a few cards of the day. On Instagram, I do a reel every day, and I do an image for those who don't watch reels. And then on Facebook, I've been posting another 3rd card of the day, just to get in the practice of things. I'm seeing what sticks and what gets traction on my platforms. Another option is the Emperor. And the Emperor could be that you are just the one taking priority of your life. You have the opportunity to, and this is the second time we're getting the Emperor. So just throwing that out there. We have two emperors on the field, very close to each other the way I put them down. So yeah, really like standing in your power, being the authority figure in what it is you do. And it's a very positive card. I'm going to try not to be too much of a hard ass for some of you, but otherwise it's a very positive card. It's also worth mentioning that this particular deck is the Modern Witch Tarot deck, and the Emperor in this one seems to be a slightly more effeminate person. They may be like a more butch lesbian, they may be non-binary, gender non-conforming, or that's just what they're wearing today. But for those of you who are LGBT, take that as it resonates. Maybe they're AFAB and trans, like some people who might be reading this reading. Another option, another reality. I'm pulling 6, by the way, because the 6 points of the Merkaba. I guess there's more points to the Merkaba, but at this angle I'm seeing 6, and I don't want to go too crazy. These are all aspects that you could tune into right now. There's no limit to which ones you tune into. You can draw all of these realities in. That's the whole point of quantum leaping. The Chariot, positive movement forward, being able to get what it is you want because you already have that momentum, or you will get that momentum so long as you honor your inner energy and you just get out of your own head if those are things that are in your way right now. Maybe you've already overcome them and these are just things that you're reaping right now. It's really up to you to tune in and figure out. 4 of Wands. This card could represent marriage, happy home life, beginnings for like long-term commitments. It could also be just like anything to do with like community, happy families, reunions, celebrations, and like I said, weddings, but it could also be other parties. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and one more card. This is a very positive reading. I'm very happy with this reading. Like the whole idea of this reading so far. And then your 6th reality you can tap into is just pure happiness, abundance, joy, and really tuning into your higher self, tuning into like the good luck, positivity, the freedom, the success, the vitality, and building on your own confidence in whatever it is you do, as well as your self-esteem and ability to self-express. Now, self-esteem and self-confidence are 2 different things. You may hear them interchangeably, but self-confidence is your ability, you believe in your ability to do something well. Self-esteem is your ability to feel self-worth, like you yourself are worth something, regardless of what it is you can do for others or yourself. The self-worth and self-esteem are even rarer than self-confidence. A lot of people can do something good, but they might not be able to believe that they themselves are good and worth whatever it is, just being worthy. And there have been counts of people passing on to the other side and coming back, near-death experiences, where they oftentimes, I forget who I was listening to. I don't know if it was like, Andrew Huberman or Lewis House, but they were interviewing somebody, and they said one of the number one questions that people are asked when they're brought back is, why did you bring me back? And they often say, like, I felt so accepted on the other side. I was accepted. I've never felt so accepted in my entire life. And so you don't have to die to achieve that, but you can achieve that self-acceptance and self-esteem by tuning into your higher self. You know, rest and rejuvenate, and get out of your own way, get rid of these blockages, and just allow yourself to manifest whichever reality you want. Allow yourself to be propelled. All right, very, very final thought for this reading. Your number one piece of advice, if you follow none of this at all, or you just have crappy memory like me, number one piece of advice for all of you is, oh my God, okay, King of Swords. We got King of Swords again. So, let's see, number one piece of advice would be, I'm feeling that you really just need to take control of your life. You need to be the one dictating everything. You need to be the one holding yourself accountable and in high esteem. You need to be structured. You need to make sure you focus on your inner truth and find out the truth if you need to. If that is applicable to your situation, just find out the truth. And if the truth is ambiguous, really figure out like what your truth is going to be. Write your life story. Decide what your truth is going to be and move forward. If you take nothing else from this reading, that's what I've got to offer you. So I hope this was good for you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys. Reading number 2. If you picked the honey calcite, this beautiful, warm, energetic stone, connects with the solar plex chakra quite a bit. And it actually charges other stones. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning. I did not, actually. I'm going to put this back here, and we're going to find out what your Merkaba card says. Spiritual career. So right now, you're at an impasse. You can really focus on having a spiritual career. The pause I took is just my second camera decided not to record. And I guess it's a good thing that I had 2 cameras recording. Otherwise, I would have missed reading number 1. I've been having tech issues lately. It's been obnoxious. So, spiritual career. I mixed these cards, but I did pull one of the same cards from reading number 1. I got 4 of Pentacles. So this could be a sign that you should also listen to reading number 1. Maybe, maybe not. I'm gonna close my other camera now that I know it's not recording, because I keep looking over there like I'm gonna be recording for both. But yeah, the 4 of Pentacles is really focused on like being afraid of loss of finances. It could also indicate that you need to budget and really focus on your current possessions, any possible bills or issues you have in your finance. But it could also be like being afraid of losing people or losing resources. So take it as it resonates for you, like if those are your current energies or not. I'm getting that you may feel left out in the cold, and that is 5 of Pentacles. So we have 4 and 5 of Pentacles. That's feeling like poverty. That's feeling like you don't have what you need. It often represents temporary financial hardships, emphasis on temporary, but it doesn't feel temporary if you don't have everything that you need. It could also indicate unemployment, frustration, any adversary, the need for spiritual awareness in moments like this. I'm going to keep pulling cards. Oh, wow, you keep getting Pentacles. So we have Queen of Pentacles. The other reading was all swords, and you are just all Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is really like focused on abundance, prosperity, sensuality, but also like fertility, creativity, wealth, stability, and nurturing yourself. we are also getting Five of Wands. Five of Wands tends to be like adversity, arguments, whatever bullshit that you might be running into, just conflicts, disagreements, struggle. You might be feeling like you're overwhelmed, and even interactions with other people is overwhelming. It could be taking a lot of your energy. I accidentally pulled two cards. I got Ace of Wands and I got the Devil at the same time. So what this means to me is that maybe you've had a lot of inspiration. You've been given a lot of inspiration to move forward, and yet there's something in your way. You have something holding you back. Actually, there's two ways this could be read. It could be read that you're being inspired to get out of your own way. It could be that you know, maybe you do drugs, maybe you smoke too much, maybe you're obsessed with, like, sex, I don't know, or something sexual. Use your imagination. It could be that you are just, like, stuck in looping thoughts that just beat up your mind. Like, it could be so many things. And your higher self is, or your guides, they're trying to send you this inspiration, like, to move forward. They're trying to give you options and ways out, and you're just, like, not able to get there because this is in your way. So, I'm gonna draw cards from another deck. Let's see. Alright, I'm getting 10 of Swords. Oh, these are 3 possible situations you could be in right now that this reading could apply to. It says spiritual career, so it might not really give me too many specific other options. For the first reading, it was like, oh, this one could be romantic. This one could be something. Whereas this one is like spiritual career. It's pretty specific, but I'm getting 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is like feeling like you're at your lowest, or that you've gone through the lowest of the low. You might not be in the worst place right now, but you are a survivor. You've felt betrayal. You've been backstabbed. People have badmouthed you or bitched about you. Like, you've had your whole life fucking collapse around you. Like, you probably also had a tower moment. I didn't even pull the tower, but if you know what a tower moment is, you know what a tower moment is. Yeah, just, like, feeling the need to sever ties and just, like, cut shit out of your life. Feeling defeated, feeling like you're at an ending. So, what I'm getting from this is that you might be in a situation, because remember, this is a collective reading. I'm giving you 3 situations that any of you could be in. You could be in multiple. If you're not in any of these 3 situations, just take everything that you get from this reading with a grain of salt, or just whatever resonates with you, but you may have gone through a pretty traumatic ending. The second possibility is that you are finding yourself, I got King of Cups as the second possibility. You're focusing on, like, your emotional intelligence, like really trying to tune into how you can be a better person, and also, like, focusing on, like, what you see in other people, kind of just understanding them, listening and gathering information, being, like, empathic and caring and healing, and kind of acting in a way where you build that trust with others, and you also trust yourself. Like, you are not afraid of your emotions, and you're really tuning into that aspect of you. Or you're really trying to build on being able to tune into your emotions in a healthy way. And then I am getting, as a third possibility, Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is possibly being hasty. It could indicate big changes and opportunities, seizing the moment, jumping in, just, like, seemingly impulsive behavior, sometimes rash decisions, but they tend to be, like, pretty, like, honest, open situations where you're not really hiding anything. You just kind of decide to go in there. You might be very direct in an approach. But yeah, just like be careful not to be too rash, like too overboard. There is something that you want and you want to get it now. Like that is the third possibility. And maybe you have more than one of these possibilities going on. So I'm going to pull more cards as I do. Do I want tarot or do I want oracle? I'm going to do more tarot. Okay. We have the Knight of Swords again. So this is a heavy indication that you are likely definitely feeling this way, or somebody or some situation outside of you is being hasty, is really trying to seize the opportunity, or you see an opportunity that you want to seize right now. I'm going to go with that because this is focused on spiritual career. You see this opportunity. We have the Lovers. If this is partially a romantic reading, like take it as it resonates, but the Lovers can also indicate like a marriage between you and yourself, like a connection with your higher spiritual aspects of you. It also indicates making major life choices. It indicates like soulmates and kindred spirits, partnerships and just harmonious relationships. Like it could indicate finding people with shared values and like a soul tribe. It isn't necessarily a romantic relationship. If there's any indication in your mind like that this could be about romance, just take it like it's about romance, unless you really don't resonate with that and you feel like it resonates some other way, or if you have a repulsion to the notion of romance, just ignore that. Like, don't worry about it. And then actually, for some of you who this could apply to, it could represent wanting to express yourself. Maybe, like I said, this is an LGBT, non-monogamy friendly channel. It could just be like coming out. You might want to come out and just be your true self out in public, like not hiding who you are, maybe expressing your sexuality or your lack thereof. Maybe you're ace, that's cool. I'm gray, so I get it. Gray sexuality is like you're not really attracted to people most of the time. It's on the ace spectrum. And gray has other meanings depending on who you talk to. But what other cards are popping out? Oh, you got the Sun. All right, so yeah, focusing on what makes you happy. Like, what are you being drawn to? What is coming out of your heart center? What is drawing you in? I'm also getting King of Wands. Really, I think you need to follow your inspiration and realize that you are somebody who has leadership capabilities. You are better at things than you realize. You can be in charge. You can make hard decisions. You can remain independent and optimistic. And when you make impulsive decisions, you probably make the right decisions. Like, you're in the flow, of things. You just go in, and others might think like, oh, why are you making this impulsive decision? Especially if it has to do with like a spiritual career. Maybe I don't want to tell anyone to quit their job. Okay, I'm not saying anything like that. But like, if you make a career change or you make adjustments that better suit your situation, other people might be like, why are you doing that? Like, you had such a great job, da 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 da. And you might be like, well, I wasn't as happy. Like, I still have everything I need. Like, I have savings. I can do whatever. Or this job is just better for me in the long run. Like, maybe I'm not getting paid as much now. Or Or, oh, I'm going into a new field and I've always wanted to be in this field, so even if my friends and family don't see me this way, or my coworkers are going to miss me, like this is just the right decision for me. Or I'm going to write a book and publish it on the side while I continue to live my life and do what I've been doing. Like there's so many possibilities. So just take whatever pops into your head, into your heart, what resonates with you. We have Two of Pentacles. So the effort you put in now, you're going to get more of that coming to you later. Don't worry if you don't have everything it is that you want right off the bat. Because that's, you know, the manifestation comes in pieces. You got to find balance. You got to maintain that balance. And if you listen to Abraham Hicks, she talks about like filling in your grid, which I didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about for the longest time. I'm like, what does filling in your grid mean? Like, I understand staying in alignment. Okay. Like, tap into your intuition, meditate, like, stay on the path, listen to how you feel. What the hell is filling in your grid? And filling in your grid is just basically the more often you're in a good mood, the more likely good things are going to come to you. Because timing, it's not just you. Like, there's other things that work to get to you. The universe is conspiring to send things your way. And there's a lot of moving pieces. So the more often you are in a position where you can receive and play along and remain connected. It's like if you're trying to upload something to YouTube or download something from LimeWire that isn't going to give you a virus. Like, if you're not on the internet, like, you can't get everything you need. Like, you need to remain on the internet until the upload or download completes. Yeah, and I could go on with that, you know, example, but so this card, Two of Pentacles, is really telling you to remain balanced, allow yourself to receive a little bit now, and know that more is coming. The more that you stay grounded in alignment. You don't even need to focus on what it is you specifically want in this part. Just like focus on being happy, connecting with yourself, and just like remain grounded and know that more is coming and stop worrying. Like, you don't even need to have a clear picture of what it is you want, because in this reading, I'm seeing like you put enough out there. You're doing things. And so since you're doing things and receiving things, you are in a perfect balance, and more is going to come to you whether you consciously think about what it is you want or not. Like, feel free to do positive affirmations if you want, but you might actually be better off just doing like gratitude entries and just focusing on that. This card came up in the last reading. I'm going to read it differently. The Emperor. Well, no, this is still what the Emperor is, but I'm getting, keep your priorities straight. Focus on those priorities. Don't worry about anything else. And you actually don't have to do too much more than that. Like, things are going surprisingly well for you, so just chill out and keep moving forward. I'm going to pull from another deck. And spiritual career. Again, I'm going to pull. The Merkaba has multiple points. For the sake of this reading, I'm going to say that the Merkaba has 6 points. It is a 3-dimensional shape. I wish I had a physical Merkaba to show you. I used to have one in Quartz that I used to wear. But it's like a 6-pointed Star of David that's like... It focuses on multiple realities. So I'm going to pull cards for what your future realities could be. And you can pull from multiple realities. If this has to do with quantum leaping, you could tune into all of these realities and pull from all of them if you wanted to. unless any of them specifically seem to negate the other, which I'm not necessarily getting from this. First card, we've got temptation. So temptation is actually the this deck's version of the devil. And the devil does have negative ways that it can be read, but there are some positive ways it can be read. So what I'm getting is that because the devil has a lot to do with mental health issues, the ego, maybe obsession, maybe addictions, depression, looping thoughts, all of that. It could even be secrecy. I'm going to mention all of those things too. Here, since this card is specifically named temptation, it could be that in one of the options that you have is that you're just gonna succumb to this like temptation, like, and you might not want to really do that. Like, temptation of what? Like, this doesn't seem like a positive temptation necessarily. Like, this comes off as like, if you don't like take control and get the key to your life, you're gonna kind of let things move away. So what, I'm gonna draw another card for this reality. Yeah, this is similar to the last reading. So temptation could be keeping you away from tuning into your intuition. So alternatively, well, in this specific card, it shows that a door is opening behind her. So if you let go of temptations, then new doors will open for you, is what I'm getting. Just so many doors will open for you, but you need to unblock yourself. You need to get rid of that temptation before anything else. All right, next card. Working on your shadow. So if you tune into your shadow self, this card is the moon. Also, in traditional tarot, you can see there's a moon on the blue side and the sun kind of on the yellow side. And what I'm getting is that if you do some really in-depth shadow work, you're going to see some amazing things unfold for you. It's also connecting you to your intuition, focusing on dreams, focusing on releasing fear, uncovering secrets that you didn't know necessarily were secrets, just things pop up and make sense to you. So that's the second reality that you could tune into. I'm also seeing, and again, this is in relation to spiritual career, we have partnerships and alliances. So yeah, this is a spiritual card. Purple border means it's to do with spirit, but it also would be Three of Wands? Would it be Three of Wands? Yeah, it'd be Three of Wands, but it would be like, normally Three of Wands has to do with like travel and like foresight and moving forward like that. But actually, what I'm getting is that there might be something happening around like March 31st, April 10th. And I wrote a book that has to do with timing. So sometimes throughout the reading, I check my spreadsheet for the timing that I put together for my book. And I'm feeling tuned into saying that there could be something manifesting for you near the very end of March and the very beginning of April. And it could be a partnership or an alliance, and you don't want to miss that. So really, like, make sure you clean up your shit before you get to that point, because you can miss an opportunity. And this opportunity could have a lot to do with your destiny as a person, and your destiny is to be a spiritual person in some aspect, whether it's a healer or something else. And this person is seemingly tuning into all aspects of themselves. 6 other aspects, like the Merkaba. So this reading's kind of coming out a little bit different than the last one. I'm feeling like you would definitely tune into all of these aspects. Whereas the other one, you kind of could tune into 1, 2, maybe all of them if you really worked hard. This one is like, oh, everything's going to come to you. That's what I'm getting from this reading. And I did pick the decks in a different order, but I felt called to pick the cards in the order I am. I'm also getting a new beginning, going into life like the Fool, because this card is the Fool. And just moving forward with that, just having like a totally different life, having a beautiful, wonderful life where you can trust what's coming your way. Foundation and achievements. This card is like the it's 4 of Wands again. So having a happy, healthy home, and maybe building a family, getting married one day. There's a rainbow, so if you're LGBT, there you go. And there's 3 people in front of this house. If you're poly, you can take it that way. Otherwise, it's probably just indicating you will have kids one day, or family comes in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't even have to be romance. And the bottom card I'm being called to draw, this one, is the waiting game. So you may find that if you don't take care of like these thoughts that are in your head, you're going to be waiting forever. You're just going to feel like you're waiting forever, and nothing's going to come until you address these thoughts that are keeping you stuck. Whatever these issues are, like the moment you get rid of them, like the moment you process them, and it will probably take some work. I'm getting that you really have to like do the shadow work also to tap into this, but like things are going to come to you like all at once. It's going to be great. It's going to be so worth the reward, and your life is going to be just so amazingly different. You won't even believe it. And we have the equivalent of the Empress here, fertility. This card is all about receiving. It's about just like drawing things in. If you are a feminine person, it could be drawing things in as the divine feminine, but as you can see on this particular card, like we have a shape of a seed around her, and we have the greenery coming out of her. It's just really like abundance and just having plenty and enough and not really needing to do anything. It could also indicate like fertility, like if you're trying to have kids or be a mother one day or something like that. But it could also be the creative aspect of just like birthing what it is you want to do and make in this world, and having that be your baby, or having that be in alignment with everything else that you want to do, like things just fitting so perfectly. And I'm going to draw one very last card. And that very last card for you, if you take no other advice from this entire reading, this is your #1 piece of advice. If you have shitty memory like me, don't forget this one piece of advice. This will apply to all of you, anybody watching this. Your card is 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is focused on standing your ground, but it's also a solar plex chakra card. And you did get the honey calcite, and the solar plexus chakra does connect to being able to manifest and be able to quantum leap and pull things into your reality. You can't manifest with a weak solar plex chakra. You can't. It's also the chakra where like it focuses on like self-esteem. I mentioned this earlier. I don't remember if it was this reading or the first reading at this point, but your self-esteem is like your self-worth, and if you don't have high self-esteem and believe that you deserve things and you're just worthy, like just liking yourself as a human being and being happy with who you are, even though you're never going to be a perfect person. No human being is ever perfect. You cannot attain perfection unless you die. And you don't need to die. You can just be human. Like, you can die, you're gonna die eventually because you're human, but like, just accepting yourself for who the fuck you are. And Seven of Wands is standing your ground, protecting yourself, and challenging yourself. All right, that was your reading, group number 2. Have a great day. Hello, group number 3. If you picked the Unicorn Stone, which is a combination stone of... Do I even have that paper on me anymore? Did it fly away? I think my cat took it. Well, there it is. I found it. I also found this. Don't judge me. All right. The Unicorn Stone, which is a combination of lepidolite, clevelandite, smoky quartz, and pink tourmaline. And it helps you get through times of trouble. And let me just close out of something that I had to pull up. I had to stop the recording. Oh, wow. So you are in a position right now to manifest some really powerful things into your life. You are on fire. You have so many things queued up in your manifestation queue, for lack of a better word. You just have so much power right now, and you should really honor that power. And, or you have the ability to just start to manifest things. I don't know if everyone's coming in to this reading, which is a general reading from like different aspects. So if you aren't currently manifesting, know that it's within reach. It is so within reach. And if you've already started to see or already know that you are a powerful manifester, there's even more in your pipeline. So I'm going to start drawing some cards. Start with this deck. All right. What are some things you have going on right now? We have 5 of Cups. Maybe you had some sort of period where there was like loss, or you felt like there was loss. And there is potential for some of you to find like a higher spiritual connection, because I'm getting right here like the 2 of Cups. It doesn't have to be romance, but it could be. So don't worry so much about what you lost. There's more to be had. You still have so much. I'm getting King of Cups. King of Cups is like a focus on the it can be on the romantic, but it could also be more of a focus on emotional intelligence. This actually came up in a previous reading, but it was a different deck. The emotional intelligence within, actually, I'm just realizing this now because I'm looking, I have a spreadsheet on a large screen in front of me of my book. I have a spreadsheet of a book that I mapped out, and the focus of the book is timing and tarot. And right now it is, what day am I filming this? It is March 6th, 2024. And we are within that period that King of Cups represents, because that's February 19th through March 20th. And that is for forever since Neptune, but I don't think, does it connect with any specific sign then? Wouldn't it connect with Pisces? No, maybe. Well, anyway, yeah, it would connect with Pisces because it's Pisces right now. So maybe within Pisces season, you have some different things going on. Maybe you're going through like a new moment of like inner clarity where you're just like this wealth of knowledge, and you just have like all of these, you're getting all these messages, different ways to self-improve. You're getting all of these like realizations. You're really coming into your own, maturing, realizing like I'm hot shit. Like I know what the like I know what's up. Like I know I didn't always do my best, and I know that that's normal and part of being human. It could also be indicating like somebody who's like that, or getting into a crowd of people that's like that. Like maybe you lost a bunch of friends, maybe they sucked, maybe you have better friends now, maybe you don't need to worry about those sucky friends anymore. We also got the Empress. The Empress has been coming up in each reading, so this seems to be the theme. Which makes sense because it's about like manifesting your reality, and the Empress is about receiving things. So with the Empress, you can also tune into if you are a feminine person, a femme person, or you have aspects of yourself as a non-binary or genderless, agender, etc. to spirit, like all sorts of genders on the spectrum that have feminine aspects. It could be tuning into your yin energy, the part of you that is like receiving abundance. It could be the artistic, beauty-focused side. She has the symbol of Venus, but I usually view her as some aspect of Venus, the goddess herself. And yeah, just in that token, like just focusing on like maybe your divine feminine. I think in this version she also has strawberries on her. Are these strawberries on her dress? What do you guys think? Are those strawberries? Me and a friend are allergic to strawberries. I don't know if I should take this card as a threat. But anyway, what other cards are coming out? Oh, that was way louder than I thought. Sorry. Ooh, the Lovers. So you might be able to manifest, because your card is just manifestation. Like, that's pretty, it's pretty broad. So I guess all sorts of topics are going to come out. You could easily manifest a new relationship. I just pulled two cards at the same time. When I pull two cards at the same time, I'm often inspired to read them together. So we got the Three of Swords, it's heartbreak, and then we have the Nine of Cups. So this indicates a period where maybe you had your heart broken. Maybe like something happened. Like something really got to you, and it just like kicked your ass. But at this point, like you've really like, you've learned from this. You learned how to become independent, how to fill your own cup, how to be there for yourself and be emotionally mature. Like I'm getting these cards that you're emotionally mature. You've actually made something of it, and that was the purpose of the heartbreak. The purpose of the heartbreak was you needed to be on your own 2 feet, be able to be capable on your own before you could move into other relationships. Because if you're half of who you really are as a person, you can't be your whole self with anybody, because you're just accepting them as your other half instead of embracing the fullness of who you are. And that's not fair to you or whoever you're with. I really love this Lovers card. It's so beautiful. This deck is a stunning deck. Do I have the box for it? It's called the Weiser Tarot. Here's the book. The Weiser Tarot, and it is the Rider-Waite traditional tarot. The artwork and everything. If you look in the corner, it has the artist's original signature, and they've just been recolored. That's the difference, is they've been recolored. There's more people of color in there. there's more color in general in there, and they're just stunning, beautiful watercolor cards. I absolutely adore this deck. I needed a Rider-Waite deck, and this was the one I went with, and I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Okay, moving on to the next cards I want to pull. I'm going to go with... Oh, did I forget a deck for the last reading? No, I didn't. Okay, I just did it in a different order. Okay. The first two readings, I did each of them in a different order. You may end up being in a different order also, just which decks I grab. Oh yeah, I'm already doing this in a different order because I went with another deck besides this, but what's coming out? Rejoice in celebration. So what I'm gathering is that this is coming to you now, like this is your near future. And yes, this reading is a little bit different than the other two readings. This is already coming to you. There's this synergy, this friendship, just warmness. I pride myself in this channel being poly friendly. So for those of you who are poly, like maybe you and your people, plural, are just getting along very well. And good things are coming to you. Otherwise, it could just be in a non-romantic sense, just connecting with friends and all loved ones. It could be family. It could be your partner and family. It could be just group activities, just group socializing going very well for you. Just good times. Okay, we have the Empress again, but woo, we have the Empress in another deck. Just getting more and more of that vibe that you're creating your fertile grounds for manifestations. Basically, you have all the right energy to bring things into you. All of the right energy. On this particular card, we see the shape of a seed. There's a seed implanted in her. That doesn't mean you have to be pregnant, but, for those of you who are trying to be pregnant, I mean, hey, three's a crowd, like maybe this third cup, it represents a third baby or something. I don't know. For some of you, that might be what you want. Take it as it resonates. But, yeah, just like this growth, this fertility, like there's just so much that can be coming your way. Just continue to maintain this energy of like abundance, free flowing, receiving, be genuine, sincere, allowing, accepting, mother yourself, take care of yourself, keep yourself balanced. And yeah, that's what I'm getting from that. And one more card. I'm going to pull one more card. And this card also came, these two cards came up in the last reading, but I mixed this deck. Listen, I mixed the heck out of these cards. And I'm not even pulling from the top. I'm pulling from the middle for like almost all of this. But the shadow is this deck's version of the moon. And I'm just getting that for this particular reading, I'm getting that you've already done inner work. You've integrated parts of your shadow. You are accepting parts of yourself that deserve acceptance. Like, just because, like, you have, like, lights and darks to your personality, like, that isn't a bad thing. Like, find balance. There's yin and there's yang together, The shadow self is viewed in so many different types of ways depending on who you talk to. Some people view it as, like, the subconscious. Some people view it as the aspects of you that you don't know about. Some people see it as the negatives, the bads, the things that are like your triggers and your pain. But, like, regardless of which of those resonates with you, I'm getting that you've come to a point where you've really learned to love and accept yourself. And you find balance in a way that honors you and who you are, And it gives other people, because I've pulled it right next to this card, it gives other people a feeling of safety so that they can also be who they are. Like, you have opened the door for others to heal and to grow. And something else that pops out to me, take it if it resonates, is that of these 3 cards that I pulled from this particular deck, I have a 3 and a 3. And then when you take 1 and 8 in numerology, that's 9. And we have a 3, and a 9. So 3 times 3 is 9. So it just seems like you're just multiplying, like, the good coming to you, really. Like, there's like a synergy, like there's a multiplier. And that's probably why you're manifesting so much. Like, you're the one who got specifically the card that says manifestation in the manifestation reading. Like, you're really manifesting. Like, you have so much power. And we have the 8 on top for manifestation, which is infinity. Like, you're just going, going, going. It's phenomenal. Oh, and I didn't even think of this, but like the other Empress is also 3. And then Lovers is 6. If you can read, numerology. We got 3 of Swords here. And then we have 9 of Cups. Like, we've got a lot of 3s and multiples of 3s. So if those numbers mean anything to you, I mean, we also have 1, 5, but like, technically here, like, we have 3 cups falling over there also, so that's still a 3. And let me pull one more card. Oh, I guess not. I guess I'm pulling 2. Oh, snap. These cards come one after the other. So I'm getting you are in an opportunity right now where this is like Ace of Swords, and then this is like 2 of Swords, but in this particular deck, as you can read, it says triumphant success, and then mental conflict. So, like, the traditional tarot, this would be kind of like 2 of Swords is like having to make a decision or being like stuck, like not being able to move forward. But what I'm seeing, since these have been drawn together, is that you have overcome this, and you're at a point where you can move forward without being held back. Maybe you had depression before. Maybe you just had like a lot of thoughts that were getting in your way, and you've really overcome that. It's a beautiful energy, and because you've overcome this, you're just moving forward more and more and more. And actually, it's pretty crazy. This is the Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, and then we have 3 of Swords. So maybe these all were connected. Maybe it was the heartbreak, the depression, and now you're cutting through the shit, and you're there. Like, you're doing a great job. I'm gonna pull some other cards just for clarity. What else is it that you may have going on? I pulled the Lovers again. Major choices: love, soulmates, kindred spirits, perfect unions, partnerships, relationships, romance, desire, sexual connections, shared values, sexuality, sexual expression. My personal value system leads me to love. Focusing on the heart chakra, focusing on that, like, and it's a number 6 again. We have another number 6. And these 2 together, which came out together, are another 3. So, oh my God, you're getting 3s, 6s, and 9s, like, up the ass, friend. Okay. Let's pull another card. What else do you have going on? We have, how many are those? 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so you're really pulling in some heavy abundance. There might be unexpected financial windfalls coming your way, a lump sum. Maybe there's something in a will or a deed, a trust fund, inheritance. you're getting something. It could be from your family. It could be home related, business related. Maybe you're getting a raise. It could also just be you are making good money. Like maybe you've been saving up and you're really making good money. But this is more of an indication that you're receiving way more than what you worked for. You are just getting something. And it's a privilege. You should be very grateful for it and continue to be grateful for it and just allow yourself to receive this. You deserve it. You're worth it. Like, don't even question it. One more card. Oops, just kidding. I guess it's 2 more cards. Transition. Specifically the 6 of Swords. We have another 6. Oh my god, and we have the moon again, so we have 18, which is 9 again. Holy crap. And you're reading number 3. I just realized that. I'm losing my mind. I can't believe you're reading number 3 and getting all of these 3s. What the hell? I don't know if 3 has anything to do with your daily life. I'm not saying buy lottery tickets and put these numbers down, but like you are really getting a lot of 3s, 6s, and 9s. So just take that as it resonates. But yeah, you have 6 of Swords. You're moving towards calmer waters. Healing has been in progress. You're continuing to move forward. Maybe you're helping other people move forward. And maybe this is how you are getting like all of this abundance to you. Maybe someone's appreciative for everything that you did for them. You're overcoming your hardships from the past, and you may even be traveling, possibly overseas, going on holiday or vacation, depending on which part of the world you're in and what words you use. Just in a way, like you're finding new stability and you're starting a new life, and just feel a lot of gratitude and love for this coming in. And then this version of the moon has an affirmation. The path may not be clear, but my intuition lights the way one step at a time. So this particular moon card focuses on intuition. It does list illusion and dreams, so it also says vagueness and instability, deception, anxiety, fear, misconception, subconscious, insecurity. So what I'm getting from this, though, is that you've already been there before, and if these negative feelings come up, you kind of know, like, these will pass, like, these are just there to be there, like, my brain just does this, it doesn't mean anything, like, and you just gotta keep, like, reminding yourself that, but, like, you're mostly following your intuition now. You might be focusing more on your dreams, and vision boarding is what I'm intuitively thinking. Vision boarding, you could be focusing on the specifics of what you want and daydreaming about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not getting that you're out of balance with all of that, because I see so many swords on here. Like, you're in thought, for sure, but it also seems like you're in a state of receiving. So you don't really have to do that much. It's just all about receiving. All right, I'm going to pick a different deck. I've been doing this for each of the readings. You have 6 realities that you could be pulling from. You could pull from all of them, or you could pull from maybe 1, 2, multiple, we'll see. But there's 6 realities that you're pulling from. And since you got the manifestation card, I'm curious to see if, like, one of the other readings, you're just pulling from all of the realities at once. Again, this reading is kind of focusing more so on the quantum leaping aspect, which is like tuning into different aspects of you from other realities where you have exactly what it is you want, so that you can learn the vibration of those aspects and bring them to you. And since your reading has been all about fertility, like just like being able to receive, being able to grow, like abundance, like having it all, like just seeming to have it all, I think that's a great sign. So let's see what aspects you're pulling from other realities. We have Page of Wands and Page of Wands. Let's see. Page of Wands is inspiration. It's good news. You might be physically starting some new creative project. It's enthusiasm for said project. It's also manifesting because it's associated with the seat chakra, the root chakra, the base chakra, whatever you want to say. I'm also looking at my screen because I think I mentioned in the other readings, I don't know if I said so yet, but I have the timing book that I'm writing in spreadsheet form in front of me. So I'm checking the timing for some of these cards, and I'm getting that something may happen for you between March 21st and April 19th, which is Aries season, specifically during Aries season. And at the time of this reading, it is Wednesday, March 6th. So I might post it today or tomorrow. And yeah, just good news, having courage, having the courage to be inspired, just having faith that things are going to go your way. The next reality that you can tap into at this time, Nine of Cups. So you got Nine of Cups before, and you can continue to be independent and still draw more to you. And since you're getting Page of Wands like that, comes to me as inspiration. So maybe you're starting some sort of business venture. Maybe you're really manifesting like prosperity and joy, just a joyful, beautiful life. Let me see if there's any timing for that card that could be relevant. Nine of Cups. The key word for that is fulfillment. Oh yeah, it's March 1st through March 10th, which is now. And it also says wishes coming true, realizing dreams, happiness, cheerfulness, joy, fulfillment, positivity. Yeah, like you've probably been tuning into this particular reality, and you're continuing to do so. Keep that energy going. All right, so I pulled the Three of Swords again. And what I'm going to get from this, because you had Three of Swords before and the reading has been mostly positive, what I'm going to get is that, yes, you went through heartbreak. There's a possibility that you may feel lonely being so independent. I'm actually going to read this card as though it's part of your current situation. Like maybe you've just been at it for so long on your own, like maybe you need to tune more into a collective or a group. So keep that in mind, because you could have the Ten of Cups and like, dude, you got the Nine of Cups, but it only takes that other cup, that one other person, whether it's romantic or not, to pull things in. And for those of you who are LGBT, this particular card shows 2 women and 2 kids. And for those of you who are maybe mixed couples, you know, different races, different backgrounds, take that as it resonates. But it's like having the house on the hill outside the city, beautiful, wonderful, peaceful life. It's within reach. You just gotta tap into that energy instead of focusing on what happened to you in the past. We have the Tower, and I actually pulled this reversed, so I'm gonna read it both ways. Oh, if you want to see the art, I should have probably done that not so fast. I really love the art on these cards. The Tower reversed is, I don't read reversals very often, but I'm feeling pulled to read this one as a reversal. I mean, in general, it's like drastic change. It's a lot of drastic change. And you may be called to like surrender to the storm. Like there just might be a lot of immediate changes, like just like completely different life changes that could come your way. And if you were to tune into those energies, you would just receive so much more because, like I said, you got manifestation. You just got to keep balanced, and you just got to keep going. I have 6 of Cups coming in to continue the theme of having 6s and cups, 3s, 5s, and 3, 6, and 9s. The 6 of Cups has a lot to do with nostalgia and feeling like you are being appreciated for who it is you truly are internally. It could have a lot to do with reunions with people, with children, connecting with family, connecting with people who feel like family. Let's see, how many realities did I tap into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to draw one more. And you got the Magician. The Magician is the ultimate manifester. Don't believe me? You see that 8 above her head? That's the infinity symbol. And you already have that same symbol on this card. So you're a wizard, Harry. You could really manifest whatever it is you want. You just gotta believe. And tune in. And you probably already are doing this because you got the manifestation card. Like, holy moly. And this reading has been so powerful with all of these crazy manifestation numbers like the 3, 6, and 9s. Like, that's nuts. And your reading number 3. And I might have misspoke. I might have meant to say like 3, 6, and 9. I might have said 3, 8, and 9. I don't know. When I'm channeling, it's kind of like instant ADHD, which I also have. But the stone itself is really focused on like overcoming so many obstacles. So the unicorn stone, like it's the unicorn stone. You are a unicorn, like, and it's a purple stone. It's got white aspects. Like this has just been a very powerful reading. So last card that I'm going to draw for you, if you take nothing else from this reading, absolutely nothing, if you forget everything I told you, just, it's gone. Like, you just can't keep track of all the things I talked about. The number one piece of advice for you, no matter who you are, no matter what your situation is, you need to focus on judgment. So judgment is assessing where it is you've been, how far you've come, and realizing, like, you know, weigh on your hands. Like, how have I done with everything that I was given? Did I do okay? Have I been doing my best? I have a feeling you've been doing your best. You've been doing a pretty good job, but it's really up to you. You gotta sit down and think, like, have I really been doing everything I can? Have I been doing enough? Am I driving myself crazy? Have I really done enough? Like, when I say have you done enough, I mean, are you overworking? Are you driving yourself mad? Like, it could be... Judgment is represented by, I don't know which angel it's supposed to be, but it's some angel with a horn. I guess it's Gabriel. I don't know. Like, St. Peter, I don't, hell if I know, but she's in a coffin, and she's popping out of the coffin. He's like, hey, you're in heaven, I guess. Or are you? We're gonna find out. Or this might be representing Judgment Day. Like, it depends on the version of the card. Maybe this is like, Armageddon's gonna break out because da-da-da-da-da. Like, either way, like, the reason I bring that up is because this story reminds me also of the story of Anubis. Like, weighing on the scales, like, were you good enough? Like, is your heart too heavy for you to move on into the the good afterlife? Or are you going to be lost in the thing of reeds, like in Moon Knight? Because that's the only time I learned about the Sea of Reeds, or whatever it's called. But if your heart was too heavy, you ended up in the reeds or something, instead of in the good place, which I guess was some nice part of the desert in Moon Knight. But anyway, like, are you doing enough? Are you not doing enough? Have you been too harsh on yourself? Really just weigh all of those aspects out and be kind to yourself. And that's how you will move forward, keeping that balance. So thank you, reading number 3. It's been real. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to move on to reading number 4. All right. Reading number 4. If you picked the Malachite, very protective stone. It actually has some like really nice crystal. I don't know if you'd say crystallization there. Let's see. Can I get it? Can you kind of see that? I guess I'll find out when I try to edit this later. There, I think you can kind of see there's some shiny aspects to it. So, Malachite's slightly poisonous. By slightly, I mean it's pretty toxic. So long as it is closed, it should be fine. I got sparkles on my skin, but if I die, I die. I think I'll be fine. I've had this crystal for years. And I'm going to wash my hands after this anyway. So, your card. Oh, you got love. What a beautiful card to receive. And it's a 6. And the reason I point out it's a 6 is if you were drawn to reading 3, you know, oh my God, like the number 6 is significant. If you feel drawn to any of the other readings, go ahead and listen to those too. But you got love. So at this point, you are able to bring in a lot of love into your life. Could be romance. Doesn't necessarily need to be romance. It is a 6. It is love. And that does seem to connect with the idea of the lovers in traditional tarot. So there is that. So let's see what comes up in your reading. Energies that all of you will have in common are probably chaos to some degree, because I dropped half my deck. I'm just going to leave that on the floor. I don't feel called to use those cards. All right, we have... Okay. We have the lovers coming out. So this is an indication that this might have something to do with romance, sexuality. I also had the Empress come out. The Empress has been in every single reading, and that kind of makes sense to me because these are all collective readings about attracting abundance and, well, not necessarily attracting abundance, but like just attracting into your life the abundance that is accessible to you at this time, like from these other dimensions, where you yourself are experiencing more just abundance and all this. Like, I guess it is an abundance reading because the Empress, which has been in each reading, represents abundance. So just by that alone, it's an abundance reading. And the more that you're grateful and grateful for what you're receiving, the more that you are receiving, like, the more you tune into that frequency of receiving and abundance, the more you're going to get out of it. So these came out the same time. So maybe you are a divine feminine for someone, or you are trying to attract a divine feminine. And you could also be artsy, creative. There are a few different ways to take that. You're starting a new journey with the Fool. The Fool is about, let me see what the timing is on the Fool. The spring. Okay, so the Fool is represented by the season, the spring. Makes sense. Also represents a lifetime. So you're really entering like this new period of your life. You're just going to feel like completely different. You might have a dog or pets. You might have some sort of little animal spirit who is there beside you, and the sun is shining and you're about to jump off a cliff. If you're not too careful, don't do that. Maybe go to the Grand Canyon and just like look over the cliffs like a little bit, not like all the way over. Like you don't want to fall down. That's dangerous. Like be a little careful. But like the aspect of this card is that you just have a lot of really good things coming to you because you're just letting life happen to you. And you have the Empress energy. And you, another way that you could read the Lovers, honestly, is like loving yourself. You're able to draw in more of who it is you really are. But I really am getting that this is about like kindred spirits, soulmates, unions, partnership. Unless you have like a real aversion to love and romance, like this seems like it's a romantic reading. So take it as it resonates. If you cannot stand romance, if you are like asexual, or you don't need more romance, like you already have a person or whatever, and you just don't want to worry about it, like, but otherwise this is a great indication of good coming into your life. I accidentally pulled 2 more cards. What the fuck card is this? Oh, it's Ace of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is about, let me see what the timing is on this one. 3 of Pentacles is about like teamwork and building together. And it came out with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is a Major Arcana card. You've actually got nothing but Major Arcana cards so far other than this, and it came out with another Major Arcana card. So this is a pretty powerful reading so far. Listening to your intuition and allowing yourself to be led by your intuition as you move forward towards the things that you want. Allowing yourself to be I'm trying to think of the word, because I'm feeling this energy, but I'm trying to like really like ground it down with the right words. Abraham Hicks says, be a cooperative component in your manifestations. Allow other cooperative components to also be there for you and manifest for you. And the timing on this card would have been like December, January, so I'm not going to read it that way. But for the High Priestess, I'm getting that with the High Priestess. There's something that's manifesting for you, and you're going to know when. You're just going to know when. And if you feel like you really, really don't resonate with being that intuitive and really knowing exactly when, then the answer instead is something powerful for you in regards to teamwork, possibly in regards to the number 3 in some way. It's going to manifest for you in a month. So let's see what else comes out of this. Oh, you know what? I'm going to pick a different deck. I don't want to stay on that deck and forget about all my other decks. There are 3 different situations that you could possibly be in. If you got this reading, and it's a collective reading, like there are 3 different situations that you could possibly be in. Maybe you're in more than one of them. Maybe all of these cards apply to you. Maybe none of them resonate with you, and if so, maybe you need to choose a different reading, or you can just take what resonates with you. Just tune into your intuition and see what you feel. Oh yeah, also I forgot to mention we have both divine feminines in this deck. So with the Lovers. So if any of you are lesbians, that could be an indication of a lesbian relationship, or it could just be this really definitely has to do with somebody who is creative and somebody who is intuitive, and drawing that person in, or that's an aspect of you, depending on if you're a femme person, or even if you're non-binary. Like, we're all yin and yang energy. So like, if you feel like those aspects of you resonate, even on a like non-gendered level, like that's completely fine. You could take it as a non-gendered thing. Like the Empress is just about creativity, beauty, art, abundance, and then the High Priestess is about intuition, which is usually associated with women because, you know, women are wise and they have like, women, you know, if they're pregnant, they tend to know before anybody else because their mind tells them that they're pregnant, and just things like that. Just like they tend to have like this sense that many men seem to miss. But I mean, anybody can tune into it. It doesn't matter what your assigned sex, gender, whatever was at birth, or any of that. Let me pull for the 3 situations you could be in. We are getting routine. You could be in a position where you're just in a routine every day. Things just seem routine. Maybe you are pushing forward, working very hard. Oh, I should mention this is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the least romantic of the knights. However, it is represented by the heart chakra. And it is considered a yes answer to a question, if you needed that. It says, time heals all wounds, reliable, patient, conventional, trustworthy, hardworking people. Someone who perseveres to reach goals, patience, perseverance, unexpected sources of money or income. So this could either represent you or a romantic person in your life. And again, the answer is yes, if you needed that. I'm mentioning that because of this seeming to have to do with the Lovers and love, romance. Another situation you may be in, if this resonates with you, is Queen of Wands. Good business sense, confidence, foresight, an attractive, magnetic, mature woman, a helpful friend who is well liked, a kind, loyal, generous, confident, and competitive woman who enjoys enterprise and the limelight and also values her home and family life. And if you feel like this may represent somebody who is not a female person, that's fine too. Represented by the zodiac sign Leo. It's a yes answer to a question. They have an association with cats because she has a cat in front of her throne. Also associated with the moon and the throat chakra. Was that the throat chakra? Nope, I lied. That is the third eye. Was that the third eye or the throat chakra? Oh yeah, no, that's the third eye. I lied. Sorry, it's blue. These cards have like additional... They're kind of like the Rider-Waite deck, but then they have like all this additional like symbolism on there. And I like to use it for just to have another version of the Rider-Waite deck, honestly. But then like it really helps to like have all this symbolism on there. Because if there's things that I'm still trying to memorize myself, it's whether or not something is associated with a certain chakra, zodiac sign, a period in time. For me, though, the period in time thing is like I have an entire book in chart format on my screen that I am writing myself. I have that in front of me for if I feel drawn to pick any particular card's time period out, and I'm not getting that for these yet. And then the third card is balance. And with this particular card, I'm sorry, it's temperance, but temperance is about balance, patience, moderation. I know my extremes. Now I seek peace. So it's also a solar plexus chakra card. So it's about finding that tranquility. Oh, wow. Okay, this says tranquility, harmonious relationships, soulmates, and sincerity. This version of the deck really focuses on that. It also lists the symbol for Jupiter on here, so it has to do with luck. So these are 3 different scenarios you could be in. Maybe you're trying to attract like a partner who is, maybe they're a dude, maybe they're not. Because the knights in traditional tarot, they're like all dudes, so take that as it resonates. You don't have to assign them a gender. They're in a helmet anyway. So you have the possibility of either being this reliable, patient, conventional person who's hardworking and you're just trying to meet your goals. And you got the answer yes. And then we have Queen of Wands, which is good business sense, confidence, foresight, attractive, magnetic, mature woman, with another yes answer. So those 2 are focused on money. And then we have the third situation, which is balance, peace, patience, moderation. And so maybe, and it's also another yes answer. So you got 3 yes answers. You have things that are definitely popping for you. And if they haven't popped for you, like they're going to. So I don't know if these are 3 love choices for you, or if some of the, like 1 or 2 of these resonate with you, maybe the other is you. Or they're just different aspects. Like, I'm really getting for some of you, like one of these is going to pop out like, yeah, that's my situation or person, and then, or me. And then others of you are going to be like, oh, these are 3 options I have. So take that as it resonates. Next deck that I want to use. My throat's a little dry. I did pull a card with the throat chakra. Wait, no, that's not the throat chakra. I lied. That's the third eye chakra. But now I've got in my head that I need to take a sip of my drink. So let's see. What is the next deck I want to use? All right. Oh, and I'm being called to mention again, like the Malachite stone is a very heavy protection stone. Like it's very, very, very good at protection. A very small piece goes such a long way. A lot of people wear malachite as bracelets or rings or necklaces because it protects them, especially during travel. And I think you might have gotten a card that had to do with travel. Either the Fool or 3 of Pentacles could have to do with travel, potentially. All right. What other details are there? Okay, you're getting rejoicing and celebration. I'll show you these cards in a sec. That came out in the last reading. Intuition, that is basically just the High Priestess again. Oh my God, you got third eye. If you needed to compare the third eye on here with this, I'm gonna keep pulling cards. That's too many. The universe, and pull one more. Crown chakra. Okay, so you got third eye and crown chakra at the same time. So, and intuition. You're really being called right now to focus on what makes you happy. The universe card is like this deck's version of the world. And since you got the Fool earlier, like, this is really emphasizing that you take all of the knowledge that you know of from past experiences as appropriate, because it seems like you have a lot of opportunities where you can just like go in fresh and be naive, and that's fine, but then use your intuition to know when it's appropriate for you to pull from previous experiences. And maybe that experience is just focusing on your intuition. I'm getting very strong sense with the two High Priestess cards that you just have a very strong intuitive sense. And your third eye and your crown chakra right now are just like pulling so much. Like, it's a lot. And that's, you really need to focus on connecting with yourself and focusing on love, because this is about being able to pull in love right now. You can pull in love so long as you listen to your intuition and trust, and just take the information you had in the past as appropriate and apply it. I ended up putting Rejoice and Celebration right on top of the Lover's card. And so this is like 3, and this is the Lovers. So I don't know if there's like a polycule that you're part of or could be part of. A polycule is like a group of people who are dating. They don't all necessarily have to be dating. Like, for example, I used to date, like I'm poly. I used to date one person who was dating somebody else, and that somebody else was not dating me. But then she was also dating another person. So like, it's like the web of people who are dating, basically. And so like a lot of times, like, these people can get together and they can be friends and be like, hey, you're dating my person, hey, you're dating my person, yeah, nice to see you, how are you doing? So it could be an indication of something like that for those of you that it applies to. Again, not everyone who listens to these readings has to be poly, but I don't have enough experience on YouTube finding any readings that are queer poly friendly, so I'm just making sure I mention it, like, at any point where something comes up where it's like, this could be polyamory related, or this could be queer relationships. Like, I'm gonna mention it because I see almost none of that on YouTube, and that representation's kind of important. Like, a lot of those readings don't apply to other people, because it'll be like, oh, you're attracting this handsome man, and you're this beautiful woman, and you're gonna get married and have several babies, and maybe you can't because you're a lesbian, or so, I don't know, like, maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you're non-binary. Maybe you're asexual and you can't be with someone who's interested in certain types of relationships because you have an aversion, like a repulsion to certain aspects of relationships. So I'm trying to be more friendly by explaining all of that. Thank you for listening to that if that didn't apply to you. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I am going to pull one more card from this deck. Actually, no, I'm not. I lied. I'm going to pull... I am going to pull one more. Oh, wow. Okay, we got Triumph. Triumph in this deck is like... Oh, God. Is this one a strength? No. No, this one's... Sorry, it's 7, so it's the Chariot. That's why he's on a horse. He's the Chariot. So there's a lot of positive movement forward. This person is carrying a red flag. So, I mean, you can take that as it resonates. Maybe you have had to deal with red flags in the past. But I'm getting this is a positive card. A very positive sign that you're moving forward. And time period for the Chariot. Oh yeah, because it's Cancer. Duh. I should know this. I'm a Cancer. Checking my chart for like, what is the timing for the Chariot? Meanwhile, I'm the Chariot, and I know when my birthday is. But the Chariot is Cancer season. So if there is a manifestation that you're specifically waiting to have come to you, then this might happen during Cancer season, which is June 22nd to July 22nd-ish. Otherwise, like, just keep that willpower, that sense of victory and positive energy moving forward. And that'll really help you with manifesting. I'm going to pull 6 cards for possibilities of where you can draw strength from. A la quantum leap. Quantum leaping has been described a few different ways. I know it's popular on TikTok now, but it was, oh God, I can't remember his name, the person who originally came up with it in the 90s. It was about, and the guys from Mind Valley have a course on it. If you look up the origins of quantum leaping on Google, you can probably find his book and just read the book. Instead of taking like this huge course about it, you can just buy a book for however much money a regular book is. Like, it's probably $20 or less. But it's about visiting other realities where you are in them and tuning into the vibration and of yourself there, and just learning how to vibrate that energy so you can attract those things that other you has into your life. So if you feel the need to do that, just having the aspects of other you and other realities. Some people have the person who came up with quantum leaping, he taught himself piano by just meeting himself as a pianist in another reality. And he didn't even like read any books on it. He just started to do like some piano, and he did pretty well. And he could only use the white keys. He didn't learn any of the black keys, but he still did a pretty good job for someone who never learned. He just had a piano in his house. There's more to that story, but that's the rehash you're gonna get. So, reality number 1 that you're pulling from. You got Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is somebody who, they're starting to learn a new craft. They're really focusing on like their career, moving forward in their career. There's also solid beginnings, setting goals, opportunities to increase income. So you might be tuning into an opportunity to increase your income or move into a new career that suits you better. Maybe it has to do with love, because this reading is love. Or this could just be a form of self-love. And we have the High Priestess. Again, this is the 3rd time in this reading you got the High Priestess. This person in this deck is working on a computer. So what I'm getting is that maybe you could be a professional intuitive. Maybe. Or you're just able to connect intuitively with more of what you want. I'm getting Page of Cups. That to me is an indication of a new romance, especially because you got the Lovers. You could easily tune into that. It's like right there. We got King of Wands, which they've been popular in the readings. I drew that particular card like at least one other time in one of the other readings. King of Wands is about like inspiration. It's about leadership. It's about being in charge, making decisions. So like maybe a leadership position that has something to do with a career. Maybe you could learn how to be a leader and then move up in a career in a short period of time because you're able to tune into these other realities. Ace of Swords. This to me is an indication that you have a decision to make that is going to change the course, and you already know which way it's going to change the course because you have 3 High Priestess cards here, so I don't even need to tell you. But there's something you have to decide and something you have to communicate, and whichever way you go with this, whether you do it or not, like, that's going to affect, like, everything else moving forward. In regards to that thing, whichever has popped into your head, if you need a specific clarification card, for those of you who do not trust your intuition, I'm pulling for those of you who did not have anything pop into your mind that you trust. If you knew what it is already, you can disregard this card. But for those of you who are unsure, I'm getting 5 of Wands, which is resolve. I'm getting that you need to resolve a conflict. And that will help you move forward with... I got 9 of Swords. Maybe you need to process something. Maybe you've been going through a lot, or maybe you hurt somebody else. Like, I don't know. It's really how it resonates with you. 9 of Swords is like the nightmares card. Like, night terrors, like something's keeping you up at night. So if you want to communicate what it is you need, if this message resonates with you, then that would probably help you overcome this frustrating situation you've been in for however long. And then the last card I'm pulling is 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, 5 of Swords could indicate... I'm trying to think, because, like, 5 of Swords tends to be... You see these two people, they've been defeated, and this person's triumphant, and there's a little bit of arrogance there. Like, they're a little bit arrogant. They're like, yeah, I won, hooray. And then these people are kind of, like, unhappy with how everything was. There's, like, a little bit of a lack of empathy there. But the alternative to this is that things resolve very well. I'm also getting that you could just bring in a higher sense of pride in your victories. And that if you were to do that, I got Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a very positive card. Oh my God, I have people outside. My landlord's outside and I don't need her to be screaming about the rain. So yeah, this card is about nurturing yourself, and maybe I'll hold it better that way. I guess it doesn't matter. They're facing that way anyway. Nurturing yourself. The timing on this card is October or November, so I guess it doesn't really matter for manifestation, but it could also actually indicate a choice based on sincere feelings. Imagination, dreams, empathy, occult interests. What else did I put down as notes for this one? Your mother or mother substitute may play a significant role in near future events. So maybe there's the opportunity to heal past family wounds. And if you were to do that, you would be met with Judgment, which in this case is a positive card. Like, if you put in the work, you reap the rewards, essentially, is what Judgment means. So this has been your reading, pile number 4. If you take absolutely nothing from this, I'm going to give you one last card of advice in case you forget everything I said. This is going to apply to everyone who listens to it, even people who are just listening to all these readings for fun. This card also applies to you. Take it as a bonus. So, piece of advice is Page of Swords. That's another page. But what I'm getting is, yeah, you got to communicate. You got to communicate what you want, what you need. Stay curious. And then the timing for this card, it says September 23rd, October 22nd, but maybe something's going to happen to you, like in, is that Libra season? Yeah, Libra season. Maybe something's going to happen to you in Libra season. So long as you're starting to put in the effort. that doesn't resonate with you, like that timestamp I'm giving you, make sure you follow your intuition. Make sure you communicate what it is you need. Focus on your thoughts being positive. Try not to be too aggressive. But be protective of your time, and make sure that the thoughts that you are thinking about yourself and others are kind. I'm getting that will really help to balance things out so that you can really tune more into the love card that you drew at the beginning of this reading, that this whole reading is about, in different aspects, including loving yourself. And part of loving yourself is allowing yourself to have a life filled with joy and abundance and some romance to those that it applies to. So, reading number 4, I hope you had a great time, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.